YouTube, so we're back for our second video. In this video we're just going to answer some questions that you guys have for us about our builds and everything like that. For my first question, I have, how do I make my fog lights independent? What I did was I tapped into the wiring for my parking lights and I tapped it to work as my fog lights. So the fog light, the actual switch, it doesn't work anymore. So what I have is the parking lights, the daytime running lights I guess, are now my fog lights. They just power it.
Do you have any boost plans for the future? I do. I have a couple of different plans for my car. I plan on actually boosting it, running a Pro Charger. I don't know, maybe the end of the year. No, not the end of the year. Probably the start of next year, something around there. But the point of our channel name, Pray and Spray, is because my hopefully next mod would be some spray. That's my kind of boost plans for the future.
So my question I have is, what oil do I use? I use 5W30. I just use a full synthetic. Usually it's either Mobil 1 that I use.
And then I have another question. It says, what's my total mod list plus the cost? It's a pretty short mod list. I'm just gonna go over, like, I guess the power mods, which is just the JLT performance, cold air intake. It's not, you don't get much from that, but and I've got Cook's long tube headers to straight pipe, and then I've got the Texas Speed custom grind cam, and in total with tuning, install, parts, everything, I would say about 6,000, roughly 6,000 for that.
My next question is, what's my exhaust setup and how much does it drone? So I do have the catless 3-inch Manzo pipe to a CPE Trident catback. It is resonated. It does not have any mufflers. It's pretty loud. It's loud and it's also quiet. Like when I'm just cruising with the car, it's not that loud until I actually get on it. It doesn't really drone that much. Usually I cruise around like 85 to 90 miles an hour on the highway, and it doesn't really drone, doesn't really bother me.
And then I have another question. I said, how much wheel horsepower? Right now I'm making 422 to the wheel and 400 torque with just those 3 mods in the tune.
The next question I have is, what's your wheel specs? So my wheel specs right now are 17x9 plus 45 all around. I do have a 15 mil spacer in the front and a 5 mil spacer in the rear.
And a question, how do you like the short throw shifter and do you recommend it? So if you guys don't know, if you didn't check the first video out, I have a Barton short throw shifter. The install was very easy. If you end up getting it, let me know. I'll walk you through it. I love it. I would rate it, honestly, a 10 out of 10. It's like perfect. It literally cut the throws in half. And I do highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. It's a great purchase.
So my next question I have is, what made me switch from being static to a performance build? So I was static for about like a year-ish. I love the look, but it was kind of impractical for a daily driver. I was basically like maybe an inch off the ground. I was pretty slammed. So getting over speed bumps, getting in and out of like driveways and like, you know, parking lots. I mean, I could get over like speed bumps. I mean, I kind of adapted to get over anything, but it was just kind of tedious. You know, always having to go like, what, 1 mile an hour over like a speed bump and going sideways over everything. So I met Andrew, and because Andrew had, you know, his Challenger, I kind of wanted to go for more performance mods. So I sold those wheels that I had for the static look. I'll probably try to throw in a picture of my old setup, and I got the NKs. I raised up the car a lot, and now I'm kind of going for more performance than cosmetic wise.
Another question was my tint setup. I've already kind of went over this, but on the front windshield I have 35%, and then all around my, like, you know, side windows, my rear windshield, rear window, whatever you want to call it, I've got double 5%, which I do not suggest or recommend.
My next question is, what other cars were you looking at before you bought this? So I was looking at a GTI. I was also looking at a Focus ST. Those two cars were kind of out of my price range when I was looking for a car. So I ended up finding a good deal on this car. It was actually my dad's coworkers. So I got it for a pretty good steal. These cars go for, like right now I could probably sell this probably for around like 14 to like 15,000. I got this for a pretty good price. I got it for 6K with only 76,000 miles on it. No issues, no engine lights, nothing like that. It was basically bone stock.
And then same thing, I got another question. What's your exhaust setup? It sounds amazing, so thank you. But I kind of answered this too. I have the Cook's long tube headers to Cook's catless mid pipe, so I have no cats. And I have deleted mufflers, deleted resonators, so it's just Cook's headers to full straight pipe.
My next question is the Mazda Speed reliable? I think it is a reliable car.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
If you take care of the car, if you keep up with your maintenance, like oil changes, if you don't like get a performance mod and do not tune for it, then yeah, you're asking for problems. If you get an intake without getting a high pressure fuel pump internals, you're asking for issues. You're asking for it to lean out and for the motor to blow. If you get like a downpipe and you don't get a tune for it, you're asking for overboosting. So it's all depending on the owner of the car to basically make it reliable. Mine has been reliable since I bought it. Knock on wood, nothing bad has happened to it.
Alright, and next question for me, someone asked, did you install your headers by yourself? They want to know how hard it is. If I were to rate it, like 1 being easy, 10 being extremely difficult, I'd probably give it like a 6, because I had someone helping me, because it's a lot easier when you have someone above and someone below. So like I can line up the header from below, and then on top they can screw on the bolts. So you know, it wasn't difficult, but you kind of you don't need a lift, but it makes it a lot easier. You have a lift and a second person. So yeah, you know, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to walk you through it, but that's something that it'll take some time.
So my next question I have is, why does my car start up weird? So my car starts up like, you know, on cold starts it crackles and pops a little bit. I get this question a lot. It's because I have a ported intake manifold and I have a VCTS delete, which is a variable tumbler control system. So in cold starts, it's like there's flaps in the intake that actually close and they open up when the car is warmed up. I deleted that fully because sometimes they get stuck a little bit and they don't open all the way, so it limits airflow, you know. I do plan to get a different intake manifold, like an aftermarket one. I'm looking at the JMF. Hopefully that's another future mod that I get.
And last question for me, they asked, what's the horsepower that you want to be at the end of your build? I don't really want to be at any specific number, because it depends. If I just want to have a fast daily, I would keep it at like 700 to the wheel, which is a lot, but that car I want it to be a strictly track build or like a really fast street car. So I'm hoping to be in like the 900s to the wheel. That'd be perfect for me, honestly.
And my last question is, how much is E85? So E85 is almost $5 here. I go to a 7-Eleven that has E85. It's local to me. I don't really use E85 that much because of the fact that it is as expensive as 93. And E85 burns a lot quicker. So when I'm on my E30 mix, it lasts about maybe like 3 to 4 days. And that's just me like giving a couple pulls and kind of babying it. So I usually strictly use 93 because 93 is almost the same price, and it usually lasts me about an entire week, maybe a little bit more if I don't really drive that much. And that's basically it, right?
That's pretty much it. We got a lot more questions, which we can make another video if you guys want, answering any questions. If you have any questions, let us know down in the comments. But you know, that's kind of the main questions we've been getting recently.
Yeah, so drop a like on this video. If you guys want to see another part 2 of us answering more questions that you guys have, just let us know. Also, just comment and follow and subscribe.
Cool. Thank you guys.